So fast. This is when you break them down. Oh yeah. The computer's in there now. Oh my gosh.
Let's go.
No. Unbelievable. No. Unbelievable. They might as well quit.
Plenty of forward momentum here, but can they produce? Oh, big opportunity. And that's 2 for her today.
Yeah, just save ourselves.
Oh man, body so strong, it's insane. Back up.
Is it going to be?
Oh.
I totally gave it away. Nice.
There we go.
Yeah, this girl can't handle it. She's never seen anything like it. Missiles come. Missiles. Oh.
Yes.
Flicked it in.
Using all his defensive acumen to cut it out. Oh, in with a chance. Oh, that is a moment of pure quality.
Oh yeah. That's it.
Big opportunity.
Yes.
And he takes on the shot. And blocked for now. Play with purpose and control. And a goal! He's managed to lose his marker. And the cross is very much lost.
Good pass. Let's go.
9
Takes your breath away. A comeback and a half.
stars aligned.
I like fake my run back post, and right before you cross, I cut in right there. Oh, it's perfect.
Wow.
Welcome to the channel, everyone. This is Lesky, and I'm back with another pro player build for FIFA 22 Pro Clubs. And we're going to be taking a look at this Luis Suárez striker build that has actually grown on me a lot. When I first made this build, I didn't think it would be amazing when I brought it in game. But after playing a lot of games with it, it has actually grown to be one of my favorite striker builds I've used this year in Pro Clubs. It's got the stockier body type that Suárez has. It says he has a unique body type on FIFA this year, but it's more on the stocky side. That's the type of body type I would put it in, even though it's a unique body type. It's kind of his own body type, just unique to him. No one else has that body type, but it's on the stockier side. So we went for basically exactly what his weight is. I looked his weight up, and it says he's like 183 pounds. So 182 pounds is the closest we're going to get for the Suárez build. And then for the height, we went for 6 foot, which is exactly what he's listed as. So we're basically spot on with the height and the weight for this Luis Suárez striker build. And the extra weight, what that will do is get our strength up a bit more to what he actually has in game. He actually has quite a bit of strength, like around 84 or maybe even more on all of his cards. We're going to be taking a look at his 88 rated base gold card. He has a rule breaker card, which actually kind of fits this Pro Clubs build quite well, because the one rule I like to break when making these pro player builds is the pace, and I think that's what they broke for that this rule breaker promo for Suárez. They gave him a lot of pace, and then I think they boosted or lowered his shooting ability a little bit compared to his gold card. So that actually fits it pretty well. And then he also has a FUT birthday card where they gave him 5-star skills. So we'll be looking at all those cards. And he also has an 89 rated inform card too. So we'll be looking at all 4 of those cards when we're going to be making this build. So let's start by looking at the perks for the Suárez build. I decided to go for the physical strength with the first perk. We actually have the bull archetype on the skill tree on the physical page for this Suárez build. Because if we take a look at his gold card, his base gold card, he has 85 strength to start out with, and I believe on the skill tree the highest we could get it to was 84 strength. So I decided to add the physical strength on top of that. His jumping's not very good. It's in the high 60s, low 70s on all of his cards. But I feel like the physical strength is just good for striker builds. But if you wanted to switch out one of the perks, I usually don't suggest this. When I put physical strength on a build, I usually say this is a must-have. But for this one build, this Suárez build, you could possibly take off the physical strength. And maybe, like, since his passing ability is actually very underrated in real life, you could possibly go precision pass. That would be pretty nice. Or threaded pass, just to improve the passing ability. Because we didn't go for any passing upgrades on the skill tree. There's just not enough skill points to spread around, especially for a striker build. So if you wanted to go and take off the physical strength, since we already have the bull archetype and the strength is already pretty good, you could definitely put one of the passing perks on is what I would suggest. Maybe distance shooter, but I decided not to do that. But this build is an absolute tank beast. You have that stocky body type, 183 pounds, you're 6 foot, and with the bull archetype and the physical strength perk on, it is so hard for you to get bodied. You body pretty much everyone that comes up against you, even the big center backs. I was so surprised how strong this build was, and you just bounce off of people, keep the ball. Even if like they kind of tackle you with the ball, somehow you got that sticky trait. It'll end up back to you, and I think a big part of that is because of the strength, and it's getting boosted even more because of the physical strength perk. So it might not be as strong or as good physically, like you'll see in some of the clips if you take off the physical strength. But if you don't want it, you could definitely take it off for the passing perks, like I said. On to the next 2 perks, which I would probably keep. I wouldn't really sub these 2 out. One-time shot, I think, is a must for pretty much any striker build, especially the bigger striker builds. It'll grant you the finesse, outside foot, flare, and power header traits. I really like the power header trait, especially for bigger builds. And it'll also increase your weak foot. We have a 4-star weak foot, so if you have like a one-time shot, a volley, whatever it may be, on your weak foot, it'll increase it to a 5-star weak foot for this build, and then it just increases your finishing ability during one-time shots or headers with this one-time shot perk, so that's very clutch. And then for the 3rd perk, you could possibly take out active first touch and do skill dribbler. That's the one thing I would switch out if you want to do that. But active first touch, since this isn't the paciest build, I believe we have 90 sprint speed, or 90 acceleration, 88 sprint speed, because on all of his cards, he has more acceleration than sprint speed by actually like a pretty good margin. We weren't able to get that much of a gap because I wanted to keep some sort of sprint speed. So I feel like having active first touch to boost our acceleration and sprint speed when we're running onto through balls is solid. And you can also do those fancy passes, those fancy one-time passes with the flare trait. Just keep in mind, you're not going to be able to do, like if you're dribbling the ball around, taking multiple touches, and then you're trying to do a back heel or a fancy pass, it won't work. It'll only work on your first time passes, your first touch. So like, I guess that would be another upside. If you want to take out the physical strength and put precision pass or something, you'll be able to do a lot more fancy passes because it gives you the flare trait. So you can keep that in mind. But these are the 3 perks that we have for the Suarez build. Let's move on to the skill tree now. So a quick note before we go into this skill tree, I use this build with 5-star skills. I guess it's kind of fitting the foot birthday card that he has, which the theme around the foot birthday cards are they either give a player 5-star skills or 5-star weak foot. So they gave Suarez 5-star skills and kept his 4-star weak foot. And he originally on all of his cards only has 3-star skills. So I'm going to be showing you guys the version that I would have if you don't want 5-star skills. But then I'll show you guys what I was actually using with the 5-star skills for the people that want the 5-star skills. But we have 4-star skills on this build because I just think it's, for a striker build, it's really rough playing with only 3-star skills. But maybe you guys want that, so you could just take off the 4-star skills and use those points elsewhere. So let's get started. On this physical page, like I mentioned, we went for the physical, the bull archetype, and then on top of that, we have the physical strength perk. So we have 84 strength, 78 jumping with these upgrades. He actually has a lot of aggression on his cards. We couldn't get it upgraded too much. The bull archetype gives us some aggression, but not enough. And then I decided to put this reactions. You're not going to have these reactions if you want 5-star skills. We have to sacrifice that. But if you don't want the 5-star skills, this reactions could be clutch. He reacts to a lot of situations in real life. He's kind of like a poacher a lot of times in the box, reacts to those chances, just bounce around in the box, and he's usually the first one to get to the ball and put a toe on it or just put it in the back of the net, however he can possibly do it. So getting that reactions up is pretty accurate to what he has. He actually has 92 reactions on his base gold card, so that's pretty cool to see. And then, yeah, all these other stats will get boosted, like when it comes to jumping and strength, if you keep that physical strength perk on. So remember that. And yeah, it's very strong. You'll be surprised how much you'll be bodying people, and it'll be hard to get you knocked off the ball. So that's it for the physical page. On to dribbling. And this is where we're going to be able to switch up the build a bit if you want the 5-star skills or if you don't want the 5-star skills. So we don't have the 5-star skills on right now. this is going to be the setup if you just want 4-star. We're going to go for the Lynx archetype, and you're going to make sure to get this balance. On all of his cards, he actually has more balance than agility by like a few points, not too much, like just 1, 2, or 3. Like he'll have like 83 agility and 84 balance on his rule breaker card. On his base card, he has 75 agility, 78 balance. So I tried to get the balance as much as we possibly can for being 183 pounds. We couldn't get it more than the agility. It's just not possible unless you maybe get this one, but it's 6 skill points for only +3 balance. And then it gives you +4 attack positioning. I guess that'd be good if you're an innie, but we're not going to do that, so it's just a lot of skill points. So, and then on this left side, you're going to get this balance right here, and then get this dribbling, and then the 4-star skills, and then you're just gonna get this 1 ball control, +2 for 1 skill point. And the ball control is lower than the dribbling, but keep in mind that we have the active first touch and even the physical strength. Both of those perks upgrade your ball control, so that's why we didn't go for this other ball control right here, because it's already going to be upgraded with those 2 perks, so you don't really have to worry about that. And then for the people that want the 5-star skills, let's see, what will we do? We're going to be taking off this reactions. What did I have? And then we're going to have to go to the passing page, take off that, and then I believe we took off this ball control right here. And then there's your 5-star skills. So if you're wanting to have the 5-star skills, you're going to have to take off the reactions and then take off this ball control, and then boom, there's the 5-star skills. You'll just have a little bit less ball control, but remember those 2 perks give you a boost anyways. So I really didn't have a problem with the first touch and just controlling the ball in general. With this build, it wasn't a big deal. So that's the setup for the people that want 5-star skills. I'm going to put it back to the 4-star skill version. And onto the passing page, we just had 1 skill point left, so with the 4-star skill version, so we just had to go for the short pass upgrade. But if y'all don't want the physical strength perk, you could, like I said, you could put one of those 2 passing perks to improve the passing even more, because this passing is actually better on all of his cards than what we actually see. He has 83 short pass on his gold card, 77 long pass, 84 vision. So if you want, I would suggest doing the precision pass. You'll probably be using that a little bit more as a striker rather than like the through ball perk. But it's kind of up to you guys what you want to do if you don't want that physical strength perk. But we're just going to have this one skill point on short passing to bump it up to 79. And that's it for the passing page. And even though the passing ability doesn't look that great, like stat wise, you can still make through balls. I don't know, that just the passing's broken. Sometimes if you'll have like 90 plus passing, so it was the same thing with last year. You could have like 90 plus passing on a build and you'll still be able to miss the easiest passes. And then you could have like 58 long pass on a build like this and you'll be able to make the most perfect long pass. It just doesn't make sense, and passing is just sometimes extremely inconsistent in FIFA, which I wish they could fix. Onto the shooting page, where we didn't go for the finisher archetype. I feel like it wasn't necessary for the Suarez build, and on top of the Lynx and the Bull and the Cheetah that we have on the pace page, there's just really no way that we could get the finisher archetype. So what we did is go for the 4-star weak foot like he has, and then got all this 6 stuff right here. So you get the weak foot, get this other long shot and shot power, and then all these will upgrade your finishing and volleys. That'll get us to 92 finishing, which I think is solid already. Anything in the 90s, I'm pretty satisfied with when it comes to finishing. And then we'll get 87 long shots, 87 volleys. And comparing that to his base gold card, he has 93 finishing, so just 1 less finishing. He has 88 long shots and 90 volleys. So we're only a little bit lower on those categories, but we do have that one-time shot perk, and most of the time you'll be taking volleys. For the most part, there will be one-time shots, which will increase your finishing ability. So keep that in mind. And then on this left side, we just went for some shot power upgrades. Since we couldn't get the finish archetype and get the shot power and all this other stuff, we decided to just get this shot power right here for +3. And this one is +3 as well. Also +5 free kick accuracy, which is pretty nice. Maybe you can make some free kicks. And that'll get us up to 83 shot power. A little bit more respectable. Not as much as he has on all of his builds. it's just really not possible. If we wanted that much shot power, we would have to get all this and the finisher archetype, which you just can't do unless you like take off the pace completely, which we're going on to the last page. And the only thing we left off is this +2 sprint speed for 3 skill points, just 90 acceleration and 88 sprint speed, which doesn't look the best because it's not, but we're stocky, we're a bigger build, and we have that active first touch to increase the sprint speed and acceleration when running onto a ball. So I really did not have a problem with the pace. And even if someone tries to get close to you and steal the ball, you'll bounce off of them, body them. Maybe they'll bounce off of you and fall just because of your strength. It is hard to knock you down to the ground with this build. And then compared to all of his cards, like his base gold card only has 72 pace. His 89 inform has 73 pace. His rule breaker card, the one where they upgraded his pace and took and lowered his shooting, they gave him 90 pace, so we're pretty spot on there. They gave him 95 acceleration, 86 sprint speed, while we have 90 acceleration, 88 sprint speed. And then that foot birthday card has 90 pace also. It has 94 acceleration, 86 sprint speed. So it's actually not too bad in terms of pace when we take a look at that rule breaker card and that foot birthday card he has in Ultimate Team. And that's going to do it for this Luis Suárez build. One of my favorite striker builds, like I mentioned earlier in the video, that I have used in all of pro clubs. And if I could go back to a build, it would probably be this one, like a striker build. It would probably be this one, maybe one of the other taller ones, or even the Lewandowski one. It's kind of similar to the Lewandowski build. I think the Lewandowski build's a little bit faster because it's lower in weight, but it's not nearly as strong. The Lewandowski is better in the air because I believe we have the acrobat archetype on the physical page, but instead for this build, we decided to go bull. So this one's stronger, not as good in the air, but you can still win some headers with this build because we have 78 jumping's not the greatest, but we do have the physical strength to boost the jumping even more, and the one-time shot, which gives you the power header and increases your heading ability with that perk. So I'm a big fan of this build. Please let me know if you'd give this build a try. And let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear how you liked it. And if you could hit that like button on this video for me and hit that subscribe button on my channel, I'll be coming out with a lot more pro club builds. Just builds in general, like the best builds from each position, updated builds on my channel, and then also more pro player builds like this one. So stay tuned, and y'all have a great rest of y'all's day. Peace out.